On today's episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup, OmiseGo continues its charge forward, ReddCoin gets the Crazy Coin of the Day award, and I'll do the regular reading of all the price charts. All of that coming up on today's edition of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup, so don't go away. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup. I'm your host, Chris Coney, the founder of Cryptoversity, the online school where you can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains. Find out more at cryptoversity.com. So where do we go? We go over to CoinMarketCap for the initial part of the Market Roundup before we get into the price chart readings. Every day I give away my 5 personal awards, which don't mean anything in the outside world particularly, it's just a bit of fun. So the first award I give out is the biggest winner in the top 20 by percentage gain. It's OmiseGo, another 26.5% gain for OmiseGo to $8.45. That makes OmiseGo 12th ranking in terms of overall market cap, and that's because it has a market cap of $830 million US. That puts it, what, $118 million ahead of its next nearest competitor in terms of market cap anyway, which is Monero with $712 million. Now, I'm not saying that those two coins are competitors in their use cases, I'm just saying they're competitors for rankings in the overall market cap figures. Moving on from there, we have Ripple as the biggest loser of the day, down near enough 7% to 15 cents a coin, and almost a $6 billion market cap, just shy of that. Now, NEO is the most traded altcoin today. $222 million of NEO has been traded. However, the price has managed to stabilize today and is down just 0.05%, which I would consider pretty much to be break even. So according to CoinMarketCap, NEO is trading around $45.69 and has a market cap of $2.2 billion. Now, the honorable mention today goes to NEM. NEM is up 14.9% itself to 26 cents a coin and a $2.4 billion market cap. That puts it just above NEO in 6th place, and only $11 million of NEM has been traded in the last 24 hours. And then one of my favorite awards is the Crazy Coin Award, which is today goes to ReddCoin. That's ReddCoin with 2 Ds. ReddCoin is down here in 89th place and has gained 65% in the last 24 hours. On a reasonable amount of trading volume for a low cap coin, $7.5 million of ReddCoin has been traded. And the coin price is $0.001, so that's like 1/10 of a cent per coin. Now, ReddCoin is a cryptocurrency, but what they're going for, they're integrating it with social networks so that I guess they're going for mass adoption in that way, that if you saw your social network suddenly allow you to use this virtual currency called ReddCoin, that would get cryptocurrency adopted pretty quickly, don't you think? So that's an interesting project indeed. So that's all for today in terms of the price movements on CoinMarketCap. Let's move on to the chart reading, which comes courtesy of Coinigy. If you want to sign up for a Coinigy account, click the link in the video description. You can sign up for an account just like this, draw the charts just like me, or copy my analysis if you like, follow along, and we'll see what we can crowdsource the information. So I'll begin today with looking at Bitcoin Cash against the US dollar. It's still trading in that same range we've been talking about. It's finding support right now at $280. It found support there today, actually, at the low of the day, and that is the range I think it's going to be trading in. $280 at the bottom, $335 at the top. That remains the same as we've been talking about this week. On to Bitcoin itself against the US dollar. I've drawn a horizontal support line at $4,000. 3 times in the last 3 days it's attempted to go below that and has failed. When we hit the all-time high yesterday of 4,430, the low of that day was down there at 3,832. The previous day it went down to 3,951, but again, both of those days it managed to close above 4,000, and today that low price of 3,925 has been rejected as well. So 4,000 so far looking like good support. I did say that was the most psychologically significant number that was nearby. However, given the almost straight line move through 4,000, I wouldn't have been surprised if we did get a pullback to the level that I was talking about, which is 36.32. Doesn't seem to be happening so far, so 4,000 looks like good support. And in terms of target, we have no idea. We're at all-time highs. What can we say? Moving on to Dash then. Dash has surprised me a little bit here. I was talking about a trading range where the support on Dash was $183 and then the top was $210. And it tested that a couple of times, but today it's decided to make an attempt at breaking it. Right now Dash is at $214 and we'll have to wait until this candle fully forms to see if it ends up closing above it or whether it will be a repeat of what happened back here on like the 24th and the 25th of July, where the high of the day went above it, but then it closed back under it once again. So this will determine how strong this resistance line is. I drew it there because if you look at this on YouTube, you'll see the reason I drew it at 210 is because of the number of candles that have struggled to break above that level and then hold. So I'm not being faked out by this candle just yet. Even one candle is not enough. I would have to see a breakthrough, a close, and then some actual tests of this line as support before I have confidence in it. So far, historically, going on the data, I'm still on the side of thinking that 210 is going to be resistance, and that most likely this will pull back under 210 by the end of that candle. Over to Ethereum then. Nothing really going on with Ethereum. It's still trading in the range we talked about. $306 at the top, $274 at the bottom, and it's kind of doing a little consolidation wave inside that range. So nothing really to say about that. We spoke about IOTA yesterday and it completely obliterating the profit targets that I spoke about. Today it is testing the new top of the Fibonacci range that I drew, which is about 85.7 cents. And today the low has actually tested that and it's held. So again, I want to see 3 tests on a line, whether it's a trend line, a support line, or resistance line, before I deem it to be official support, if you like. And again, that's just in my trading rule book. It's not a hard and fast rule at all. Some people might want 5 tests, some people might want 1. Depends on your trading plan, right, and your own trading experience. But so far, I would class that as a 1. I mean, that candle's not formed yet either for today. It's a little hammer, so it's bullish, and yesterday's definitely bullish, given that we had quite a pullback on IOTA to a low. What was the low yesterday? 75 cents. That's quite a way away from where it was. That's a 25% drop if it was $1, which it almost did get to, didn't it? 99.5 cents. So that's a 25% drop from top to bottom. However, when it got down there, the price was completely rejected and the candle ended up having the body the vast majority of the way up the top of the candle. So that's bullish indeed. On top of that, it's preceded by all of these very, very full green candles where most of the range is engulfed by the body. So pretty much all bullish signals for IOTA. LiteCoin, also a bit of a surprise here. I've been harping on about this medium-term trend line having confidence in it because the day had never closed below it. Anytime the low had gone below the medium-term trend line, it always come back up during the day and closed the end of the day above that line. However, that was until yesterday when LiteCoin decided, the market, to close below the medium-term trend line. So that is the only official break and close that I've seen in a while for LiteCoin. However, I also did mention that the 50-day moving average was coming to save the day as additional support, and that is working so far. It also coincides with that horizontal line of support from the Fibonacci levels at about $43. It's working out all right at the moment because we're trading at $43.11. So there was 3 lines of protection to my mind to prevent the LiteCoin price from going down. One was the medium-term trend line, one was the 50-day moving average, and then this $43 mark at the Fibonacci level. Even if that does happen, the next line of support would be $40. So that's not too far away, but since LiteCoin is only a $43 coin, depending on how much you're holding, and it might hurt to go back down to $40 for a while. Monero then. Monero is less predictable because of lower volume, I imagine, but it's it's continuing to stick inside that range there. It's struggling to break $50 once again, even though it's showing these sort of bullish candles as well, where the tails, it's got long tails, bodies at the top of the candle, fairly bullish, but it seems to be a reasonably balanced tug of war between buyers and sellers. The buyers seem to want to reject the low prices with these long tails. However, they're not confident enough to break $50, which is the next significant level to break in order for Monero to continue to rally. Even if it does break it, it needs to test it, just like anything. And if you look back here from, what's this, May, June, July, this is June, it really didn't test that $50 level very well. There was this great big sell-off on the 12th of June, which completely obliterated the Monero price. So that's not particularly telling. It didn't obey any of the technical levels on that day. And all the surrounding candles don't obey it either. So I would always give more preference to recency. So in my mind, the further back you go, the less weight I would apply to it. That's why I would much rather look at the more recent candles, and why I was saying that Monero is in sort of a reasonably chaotic uptrend. I don't know if we can draw this trend line now. I did attempt it a few days ago, but it was just too messy. Even then, it's still really messy. The price is just too chaotic to make any neat lines in terms of trend lines. So yeah, I wouldn't personally trade Monero right now myself, just because it's just too unpredictable. Ripple continues its gentle slide downwards. I have managed to draw a downtrending line on Ripple, and it's been going on since the since the beginning of this data set really, which was back in April-May time. End of May? Yeah, 20th of May. And then it's continued to slide down ever since. The lowest it ever got, according to this data set, was 12.9 cents. And we're a little way off that right now at 15 cents. The only other thing I've started to include here is the only exchange that I could find that Coinigy could list NEO on is Bittrex, and it lists NEO trading against the USDT, which is Tether. But even then, the data set is very slim. So it only starts on like the 7th of August. And people were asking me in the comments, can I start looking at the NEO price chart? Well, I can, but the data set's not very good at all. Now, there is other data sets that trade NEO against Bitcoin, but for the sake of consistency, we really need to read all the charts against the same base currency, which at the moment I'm choosing to do in dollars just because I think those are more meaningful to most people. And the only other thing I look at is gold, thanks to the Voltoro price feed. Yesterday, there was this great big range up and down, which left this sort of spinning top pattern. Gold went right back up to, what's this, 0.01. So it's 14 millibits per, it's per gram, isn't it? It's Bitcoin per gram. So yesterday it hit a high of 14 millibits per gram of gold, and it hit a low of, what's that, 5 millibits, 5.5 millibits per gram of gold, and is now stabilized again back to about 9 millibits per gram of gold. So thanks for Voltoro for that price feed, otherwise we wouldn't have it, would we? There we go. So that's what I've got for the price chart readings for today, and that's all for this episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup. So if you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're new around here, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my structured online courses that will teach you how to make and save money with Bitcoin, check out cryptoversity.com. Alright guys, that's all for today for the Market Roundup. I'll be back with the news and commentary later on. Until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.